Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunn again. This is HandmadeInVermont.com. Today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge large-scale Presido Tryne Hanging Pendant, 194437. A lot of details. Let's jump in. This is going to be 39 inches overall height, and that's going to be the distance from the bottom of the glass to the top of the fixture, and there's a loop up there, and that's where the chain is going to start. So you've got 39 inches going up, 41 inches in diameter. Good size. Coming in at 55 pounds hanging weight. Hubbardton Forge's website says that the shipping weight is 240 pounds. That's actually called dimensional weight, and that is what UPS Freight or FedEx Freight uses for the size of the crate to charge us shipping. So it's really not 240 pounds shipping weight. That's just the dim weight. But the actual hanging weight is going to be 55 pounds. So that's going to be important because anything over 25 pounds, Underwriters Lab says that we have to tell you that the weight of the fixture requires it to be hanging from a junction box that's attached to your building somehow, your house, a beam, something. Could be a fan box. Take this information, make sure you share it with your installer prior to ordering. Okay? It's going to ship with 15 feet of wire, 6 feet of chain. You can buy additional chain if you need to. Chain comes in 36-inch increments, and chain has a seam on one long side, so your installer is going to have a tool that can open and close the chain, and you can use as little as one piece or as much as you want, getting up to 15 feet of wire. If you needed more wire, just contact me because we actually do custom with more wire if need be. Okay, I want to show you more information about that, and how we do that is we can look at the installations instructions. These are the papers that are going to be with us when you get it. And to see those now, if you're on the page for this on our site, HandmadeInVermont.com, look over on the right-hand side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for Installations Instructions PDF. So open that up for me. It's going to show you that this is going to be shipping with a 5 1/4-inch round canopy that's going to go over your junction box we talked about before. There's a bracket on the back of it, so it's all going to go together nicely. It's going to show you the chain idea I talked about a minute ago and the wire. It's also going to show you the setup of the sockets inside. There's actually 3 sockets. They are medium base sockets, just like this guy, and they're pinwheeling out from a center core. So you got a socket, socket, socket going that way, horizontally on the side like this. So it throws a lot of light up, and it throws a lot of light down, and a lot of light out all the way around, which is exactly what you're looking for. It's also medium base, so you can put in just an easy medium base light bulb that we all grew up with. If you guys want to stay with incandescent bulbs, the older ones that we, again, grew up with, these are the older standard. This is a 60-watt incandescent, and this is an A19 size. That's the recommended bulb, and this is just a standard size light bulb that we all know. You can go up to 100 watts in each of these sockets, and that's because of the heat generated by an incandescent bulb. If you want to go LED, and I think you should, you can put in whatever you want. There's all kinds of great LEDs out there in the world. This is just a standard LED that I showed you a second ago. This guy's the clear phosphorus LED. This is pretty cool too. This is another standard LED. All kinds of them. And if you wanted to play around a bit, you could even try to put in a larger bulb. This is an A21 size, and notice it's a little bigger than the other guys. I can find this up to 150 watt equivalent. I can find these up to 100 watt equivalent, so you can pump a lot of light out of this. Remember, you've got 3 sockets, so don't forget, there's no limit when you get into LEDs other than, can I get the bulb in physically into the glass, and that's it. Because they don't draw a lot of electricity, they don't generate a lot of heat, and you should be good to go on that. Okay, so moving on, let's talk about glass really quick. You're going to have 2 options for glass. You're going to have sand, which is like a light coffee ice cream, like a cafe au lait, and then you're going to get opal, which is going to be a white glass. It looks kind of stark here, but it's going to be warmer when your light kind of comes through it. It's also, I'm going to talk more about opal glass later in the video. So anyway, these are your 2 options, and I want to circle back to LEDs just one last time. So I talk about LEDs all the time as having color temperatures that you can choose, and then that's going to be pretty important, especially when you get into our friend opal here. Because if you guys want this to warm up, you want to push through a light that has a warmth to it. So when you look at light, or light bulbs, we'll call it, or light in general, the light coming down on me on my hands is coming from LEDs that are a warm white, 3000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. If you guys want that cooler daylight, that's going to be 4000, 5000 Kelvin. And you notice most residential applications go for the warmer light. A lot of commercial applications are going to go for the cooler light. There's no right or wrong on this. It's just that's what it is. So just notice that when you guys are out buying light bulbs, LEDs especially, that you are going to really zero in on those numbers. So make sure you look at the box, or if you're on Amazon or whatever, you look at 3,000 Kelvin for the warm white, and you look at 4,000 to 5,000 Kelvin for the cooler light. Buy dimmable versions if you guys are doing residential, like a home for this, like in your foyer. You'll want to be able to dim it down, and you have to make sure you put it on a dimmer that's set up for LEDs. So I want to touch on Hubbardton Forge's glass for just a second. Hubbardton Forge's opal glass is not just another piece of white glass. This is actually hand-blown glass. All of their glass is hand-blown. And to begin with, it's actually a clear piece of glass to start with. And they come in, they blow a second layer on the inside of white glass. Then they come back and they do a third step where they sandblast the entire outside. So you'll notice when you get these in your hands, they actually have layers of glass on them on the end. You can see them on these two pieces. And it gives it this really soft, semi-transparent, kind of milky quality. It's a soft glowing piece. Really, really pretty. You know, they're really obsessed about details at Hubbardton Forge, and a lot of people don't. I don't think they appreciate it out in the world, but you appreciate it because that's why you guys are here watching this video. There you go. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you're on our website, HandmadeInVermont.com, do me a favor, look over on the left-hand side of the screen. You're going to see a lot of red tabs over there. One is going to be the Finishes Help Guide. When you're done with this video, go over there and open that up for me, and you're going to see a video at the top of that page of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a color chart just below the video, so scroll down a little bit, you'll see that chart. You'll notice there are pictures that have the letter A on them, pictures that have the letter B on them, and I'm going to be talking about that range you can see in variance on there in that video. So it's really important to watch the video, use that chart. When you're done with all that, come back down to that chart. You can click on any of those pictures and see a lot more samples of Hubbardton Forge fixtures in that finish. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in dark smoke, click on dark smoke. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in vintage platinum, do the same. And so on and so on and so on. That's a great way for you to see a lot of Hubbardton Forge stuff in different finishes and really take advantage of that, okay? So our showroom in Vermont has over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's On display page on our website. It's going to be back in the red tabs over there. A lot of good things in that section. Check out. So when you open that up, you'll see it's all divided up into different sections like dining pendants and outdoor lighting. We're always adding to that. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. They don't even have a showroom like this. Nobody does. And they use this as their showroom when you guys come to Vermont to visit us. So lots and lots to see here. You can see all the different glass, all the different finishes, all the different fabrics, all of those things. In addition to that, we have a clearance center. So the clearance center stuff are returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. That's an amazing deal for you. If you guys want to take advantage of that, you have to come here to Vermont to see us. And when you do me a favor, measure all the kind of things about your project and what you guys are doing. So the most important thing is measure your ceiling heights to begin with. Measure distances between junction boxes and like windows and ceilings and those kind of things. So if you're looking at sconces on the wall, you can see if they're going to fit for you. If you're doing pendants over a kitchen island, measure the distances between those junction boxes. Widths of tables, kitchen tables, dining tables, lengths of tables, islands, all that good stuff. And also do a couple more things. If you guys have some tablets or iPads lying around, take pictures of all these things. Take pictures of the kitchen, take pictures of the projects you're doing. Bring that in so we can kind of go through those pictures together and we'll be able to see what you guys are up to, okay? And also the boxes and clearance stuff, are basically packed for shipping. Don't forget, these were supposedly shipped out. So the boxes tend to be on the bigger side, so bring a decent size SUV if you want to take stuff home. It's a really good opportunity for you. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer that offers 90-day returns and no restocking fees. That's 3 months after you receive something to send it back, and there's no restocking fee on that. Some larger items and custom things, and it's usually going to be big things on pallets, are going to be non-returnable. It'll always tell you on the page for an item if that is the case, so always keep an eye out for that. And we also offer a rush program. So to get all these different metal finishes, Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock. They generally take about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. We can cut that time in half, and it's really, really inexpensive. If you want to know more about that, just drop me a quick email and I can clue you in on details, okay? So our showroom in Vermont is open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to drop a quick email, you can do that all the time. And that's going to be at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. Or you can call me during business hours, 802-446-2400. So thank you for stopping in today, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.